Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm playing a game called Eternal Senia. As you can see, it's a simple game. Simple enough in terms of the way it works, using WASD, or the arrow keys in this case, to make things go up, down and left and right. And you play this little character here. Up, down, left and right. You've got these statues here which this is used to teleport wherever you want to go, and of course the other one here which you can save, also go to a waypoint or place in the map. These are the weather effects, by the way. It's really only on and off. That's the rain. It's really persistent, it doesn't change, so it's something that I think most people would leave off while playing. And right now we're actually in a dungeon, I suppose you could call it. We're in a realm where we can go through different points, different stages, different bosses, randomly generated to some extent, it feels like. One of the mistakes I made while playing this game was I didn't go next to every single statue and activate a waypoint, so I couldn't jump from one point of the different level to another. It's a reasonably short game. The design of the game was to make it easy, so the combat's not activated manually. All you have to do is go next to a character and your ability will be activated in terms of attacking, or you can choose a special ability. So this is a fairy, a little fairy, and you collect elite fairy stones to craft new weapons or armor. So this is the main menu, as you can see. Item, equipment, skills, recipe list and settings. These are the settings. Volume. Okay, as you can see, that's it really. Music, sound, brightness, and you can reset it. I took the music down a bit because it's a little bit repetitive. In some places it's quite nice, the tempo picks up. But there's not much. You also get window size, 1, 2, 3x and full screen. Actually played in the normal size that it comes in, but I'd recommend doing wherever you feel like. So you do also have a recipe list, and the recipe list is a little bit convoluted, which is why I ended up wasting some items, which was really annoying, because you don't get them back. These are the main weapons: Claymore, X-Claymore, Elite Claymore and Butterfly Dance, and you get them with fairy crystals. And so in this case, for the fairy crystal, it's 6 out of 3. I've got 6, I can make one. But the idea is you make a weapon, then you have to let go of it. So in this case, the X-Claymore, you need to have the Claymore and the fairy crystals. What you don't want to be doing is remaking old weapons, otherwise you just waste resources. And you also need these elite fairy stones, which is why later on in the game you'll probably see I actually get the X-Claymore weapons. You also need legendary fairy stones, and there's not many of them, so I accidentally I believe I used up too many legendary fairy crystals. I reused them to make a weapon, so that was a problem, so I couldn't go back unless I wanted to do a complete reset really. And here you go, here's the general leveling system: fairy, X, elite, all the way to king. But you have to remember, in terms of where you have your equipment, where you saw on the main screen menu, you have to let go of it or remove all items, and then you can upgrade your weapon. At the moment I don't have any legendary stones. Okay, you have the fairy gloves, you have the fairy cape, where it goes from fairy glove, X fairy glove, elite fairy glove, all the way up to king fairy glove, which isn't too bad. It's relatively simple. And you also have fairy cape, X fairy cape, elite fairy cape, all the way up to King. King is the highest, so it's, I believe I accidentally made, later on in the game you probably see I accidentally made a mistake where I made 2 King Fairy Capes or something like that. The health ring regenerates health, as you can see there, and you can also level up. I have over 1000 points or SP, and you do that by just killing little creeps along as you go. And as you can see, I'm leveling up. I've only got 79 left, but my Phantom Strike, which is like a dash, and my Splash Leap, which is just jumps ahead and just does like a dive bomb and does, it's an AoE, which I don't have enough SP or skill points, I suppose. And yeah, the image also changes. Let's get into the game a little bit in terms of what happens. So you have to make sure you're maxed out. There is a button to simplify everything where you can just press a button and it best equip. Press best equip, and as you can see, my best weapon is Elite X Claymore. So I have Elite Fairy Glove and Elite Fairy Armor. And on the left you can also see how what happens if you try to remove a weapon, what happens to your general stats. You also have items, which you won't really be using that much other than these things called pages. You need 4 pages of a kind to make a book. Once you get a book, you can level up your free general stats. And of course I have 3 elite fairy stones. You start off with like a 2-handed sword, you get the claymore, and then you work your way up. You can use other stuff like magical bracelets, etc. And the great thing is about this as well, just before I forget, as soon as you get an item, it automatically starts out for you and it puts it in place, so you don't really have to worry about that. So you have HP is the red bar, then you have MP, which is magic points I suppose, then EXP, which helps generally. So we're just going to go around smashing stuff in the face. As you can see with my new improved weapon, these are all one hit kills. And the 4 crystals in each corner, what you do is you hit them and to some extent it randomly generate stuff. So I've got fairy cloth, which you need to make armor, etc. and level up. Okay, so the room's clear, so we can go ahead, and we got a little box, another fairy cloth. Not particularly great, but they do get better. But it starts off pretty simplified. So this is an elf, I believe. I destroyed it with 1 hit. I got a new fairy crystal. Tap another box, crystal on the corner. In this instance, they just opened it up and you can go through it. This is the blob. He's reasonably difficult when you're starting off doing this. I think it's like 5 or 6 stage dungeon. So I just hit him like that. Not ideal. You'd ideally be evading him, and I did a monster splash there, or damage there, and I killed the little blobs that he throws out, and those little red crystals that you can see that have been dropped from his little minions or creeps, they regenerate my health to pretty much maximum. So as he starts to die off, as he's pretty much lost all of his life, he's becoming more aggressive, and he levels up to Berserk King Slime, where he's just going around trying to murder me. Open out the box, and when you kill him you get an elite fairy stone, I believe, all the time. And there's a few levers in the game that you'll see that when you go around. So what do I want to do here? Go to items. Elite fairy stone has gone from 3 to 4. Got more fairy crystals. Got more fairy cloth. That's about it really. Press the lever, generates these snake women. You take them out. They take about 2 hits. Arcane snakes they're called, I suppose. And you get EXP, and if you want to level up your MP, you have to just do damage to whoever's in front of you. Then you just go on to the next stage of the dungeon and pull the lever, and these are just bees, arcane mutant bees. And fairy cloth, more SP points, more, sometimes they give you health. what just cycles around in terms of what you get. Sometimes you just get the EXP, and then you go on to the next one. And in this instance, as you probably saw, I hit a crystal, and it was just happened to be the correct one. Because I hit it, I was able to just avoid doing any battles there. But getting into battles is always a good idea. You generate stuff, like here I get the key as well as the fairy cloth. And this is one of the first bosses that you're going to fight. So I'm relatively powered up, so I'm just going to go for pressing Q just to do a quick slash, and I'm doing okay. And this boss isn't too hard. There are ways to get around some of the damage that's done. So as you can see, the boss Medusa generates these free water waves, I suppose, or energy waves, and if you just go to the left side of the screen, you can just avoid all the damage. So the idea is you stay in between the bars or just run to the left. So you use spacebar. Don't forget to use spacebar to activate stuff and just to do simple attack, because when it comes to the boss, simple attacks don't happen. In this instance, you just go next to the little snake and it does an automatic attack. That was a splash damage attack. And as you can see, I'm just going around the edges and I can avoid the damage. 125, 76, 82. Quick slash does more damage. If you hit the bars, as you can see, I'm just taking damage to show you how it works really. And you will run out of MP magic points, so what you want to be doing is you'll get the opportunity to hit these creeps. As you can see, they can damage you, but I'm so leveled up they can't do much damage to me. Then I just go for a quick slash and just finish it off really. Take a bit of damage there, but that's it. As you become more powered up, the whole point of this little dungeon here of the game is to just get more and more leveled up, and you get an elite fairy stone, which you can come back to the fairy up here, and you can swap it for fairy cloths because you won't need those green crystals anymore. Okay, so don't forget to save the game at any opportunity that you really get, otherwise you will get into trouble if you don't. We'll have a couple of save files. Going to the recipe list, you can see I now have the elite claymore, which I'm going to make. And there you go, it uses one of the green crystals. There's not that many items. Now all I want is the butterfly dance sword. And you just continue like this really. It's pretty simple. I really do not like this menu setup system. When you navigate around, you see I tend to spend most of my time just pressing 0 just to back out, and then go back into the menu. I've made elite fairy armor there because I have enough items. Be careful because the way everything's highlighted, it's a little bit confusing, to say the very least, unfortunately. Don't forget to press best equip, because if you don't do that, your elite claymore, elite fairy glove, elite fairy armor, as well as your health ring won't come back into use unless you do it manually by pressing change, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm back in the dungeon with my better weapons. I'm doing one hit kills. I'm back to the boss again, as you can see, and I'm just going for straight attacks with Q, constantly pressing Q. The boss hasn't attacked me yet really, just one attack, and it's already down. Medusa is already down to half health, and this is Medusa's first attack to me. She's got the energy waves and already less than half health. Within seconds really, she's easy to destroy, and she gets off her second attack, which the beams of energy don't work. I don't have enough MP, so I'm just doing normal attacks. But you don't want to do normal attacks because what happens is it's just an exchange. So you press spacebar, you do a normal attack, and it takes a certain amount of health, and the evasion and the critical chance is automatically worked out on your behalf. Don't forget to go back into your menu, and I have page of critical 1. I have four pages, so I turned it into a book. go back straight in, and it's now become a book. So you do it and you rest 1 times, and it's critical +1 chance, and I reached the max incremental point, and I can't do anything more about that really. Okay, and don't forget to save, keep saving, create separate save files if you need to. There's an auto save function. So I'm going to leave this arcane realm, or dungeon as you probably know it as more. I'm going to backtrack. So now that I have enough elite armor, the main reason for doing it is you go back to the stage and you just keep working your way back until you can fight the bosses. And there's a few bosses that you can't attack, that you meet along the way. Now here I am, not doing particularly great. You want to use your special abilities, which is Q or W. Ideally Q, because you've only got 1 enemy ahead of you. As you can see, I'm not doing very well. My health regenerates, so I have to wait for that. I have to wait. Your MP, the only way that really generates quickly enough is by attacking smaller minions. So it's just an exchange really. So what I need to do is I waste an attack there, which isn't great. I don't have enough, I do have enough health, but you don't want to do an exchange like pressing spacebar. So I just come out of the actual boss fight, just how simple it is, and just beat up one of the little creeps and get EXP and even some fairy cloth. Now my health regenerates. I do a special attack, then just 1 normal attack, which is fine, and then I get full health again, full mana or magic points. So I just go back and fight one of the other mushroom heads, the sunny mushroom evil people, and you get the legendary fairy stones. That's the main reason for them. They were blocked off previously in the map, and just go head to head against this guy who's quite tough actually, even with all the stuff I've got. You want to use a special ability and not spacebar, otherwise the exchange for a normal attack for one of their normal defensive moves, I suppose, is it's all automated. So I've got the legendary fairy stone, as you can see at the bottom there, and I have the butterfly dance sword, which I can make because I've got and I used up one of my legendary redstones I got. As you go further on in the game, you will meet these 3: the chest, the water blob, and the sheep. And as you talk to them, what they want you to do is they want you to go back into the places that you've already been, complete tasks. So you just go here, and I've pretty much done most of what they want anyway, because I've been making sure I do enough damage to get enough points. Saying once you've done all that, report back to me and get rid of the guys that are attacking me, which is actually simple enough. I've also got 4,559 points to spend, so I'm just going to max out. And as you can see, she's enraged, and I'm going all the way up to 150% single target damage and 131% area of effect damage, which is kind of OP. So I just go back, do the little task that they wanted me to do. Really simple as that. Now don't forget to come back to the little fairy who's always here in the arcane realm to process your fairy stones. What you get is 5 of each. 5 fairy cloths. Should I process your elite fairy stone? Yes. Then you get 5 cloth and 5 crystals, which is an okay deal. Same as destroying 5 minions. As you can see, I decided to dungeon again just to level up, and I'm going for the blob. As you can see, it's a lot easier to destroy now. So he's finished. He's already turned into Berserk King Slime, and he's destroyed in less than 5 seconds, 5 or 10 seconds. Then go up and get the reward, which is a page of critical chance, which can become a book. And now I'm gonna just take on Medusa, who's the side dungeon mini boss. No real reason for her to be here other than might as well be, and already down to half health, and she hasn't even attacked me yet. Okay, she's gonna get a chance to attack me. I'm being hit by the beams. That's it. She's destroyed just like that, because I'm so overpowered at the moment. And the reward is going to be another stone, which I can exchange, an elite fairy stone or green fairy stone. I can exchange it for 5 fairy cloth and 5 so on and so forth. So you come back to here, these three guys, they're right before the main boss, and I acquired a violet crystal from the chest. And the blob, which monsters are you reporting on? So he wants me to destroy 9 out of 10 elves, 10 out of 10 elves. I haven't done that. The legendary sheep wants me to do other stuff as well. Coming back to this guy, forest and spiders, I've destroyed 35 out of 15, so that's fine. We get the Book of Evasion chapter 1. Come back to this guy, and then mutant bees and spiders, I destroyed 21 out of 10, 23 out of 10. I destroyed more than enough. So you should be able to do him and then get the Book of so yeah, once you've destroyed everything, they also give you a special extra treat. They give you something special. So I destroyed 152 out of 15 evil flowers. That's how easy it is. Now the sheep I can't do because he wants me to have elite weapons, and not all my gear is elite, so I can't unfortunately get whatever his special gift is, let alone his basic gifts. And you may need to go back just to destroy a few. So this is the Fairy Queen, and we're not sure what to do. She seems to be possessed by Eternity, which is the evil, and Senia here has to attack and try and help us somehow. So I do go around a little bit here and there, trying to find my way around, get a bit confused. For some reason I don't smash the crystals in one go. I waste a lot of mana trying to attack her directly for no reason. Eventually I do get a grip of what's happening, the evil laser beam that she has, and these mines that she seems to be dropping. They just seem to explode. They look like mushroom bombs of some kind of mines. Then eventually just attack her or hit in the face, and then one last hit, and then the game should be over. And you just have to worry about the beam, really. Some of the mines which do follow you around. You can choose whether or not to play easy or hard, I believe. I just went in with go onwards and fight. She doesn't regenerate health, so as long as you're evading that green beam, which I'm not doing a great job of, you should be able to destroy her. I am sorry, Sister Magaleta. And that's game over. I don't want to ruin the ending or what happens afterwards, because there are a number of endings, I believe, which you can find out. I'll put lots of details or links in the bottom just so you can go out and find out more information. Thanks for watching, guys.